The insects and other living creatures seen in this programme can be dangerous and should only be handled with the guidance of a trained professional. In this episode, I get bugged in the water,
A flying submarine toe biter.
and I search for a parasite that can steal your sight. I hunt down a massive maggot that likes to feed on your flesh. I get a dangerous sticky hickey from one of this land's venomous lizards. And get wasted by a wonderworm that could save your life.
I feel just like a lab rat and very vulnerable. I can't take any more of this. This is unbelievable.
If you're not on your guard, Mexico is a land of mini monsters that can terminate your travels in a heartbeat. I'm Dr. Mike Leahy, a doctor of virology by trade and an adventure junkie by nature. My mission is to find the most advanced killers in the animal kingdom. Often tiny ones that can pose a big hazard to humans. Oh, he's got a grip this time! Whether they suck, bite, sting, or want to feed on your body, I'll take you into their world. Vampire. I love and respect these creatures, and I'll go anywhere for up-close and personal encounters in my journey to better understand what they're all about. I've come to majestic Mexico. This is a hot, harsh and unforgiving landscape full of venom-wielding, skin-munching and blood-sucking beasts that are just waiting to trash your travels. This is a land of topographical temptations, and with a landmass of over 1 million square kilometres, it boasts spectacular mountain ranges and nearly 10,000 kilometres of coastline. In the spring of 2009, Mexico hit the headlines as an airborne killer called H1N1 flu, or swine flu, took hold on this country. It gets its name from the original host, which were pigs, but the virus found a human host and then morphed into a killer that could pass from human to human. Most people by now are familiar with swine flu, but there's a bug here in Mexico which kills thousands of people, and chances are you've never even heard of it.
Ask most people what they think of as an advanced predator, and they're likely to answer a shark or a crocodile. But for me, the critter that gets the gold medal for being way too good at finding human beings is a beautiful bug that you find right here in Mexico. In fact, they're so good at finding human beings, I'm not even going to have to look for it. I'll just lay here and wait.
The remarkable bug that's hunting me kills around 50,000 people a year. And this mini monster isn't going to pass up the opportunity for a free Dr. Mike meal.
This is a kissing bug, and you can see it's tracking me down. It gets its name kissing bug because it will track down CO2 all the way to my mouth, and it's around the face of human beings that it's notorious for feeding. The bug itself isn't what you have to worry about, it's what it carries, because this beautiful kissing bug can give you Chagas disease, which is a major killer in South America. And in fact, as I can see it's on my nose, one of the indications that you've been bitten by one of these critters is the Romano mark, which is a swollen eyelid or area around the eye. I need to catch the bug so that I can show it you, but I had to use the camera lens as a mirror then, because although it's very big, it's almost impossible to know that it's there, and that's what makes these bugs so dangerous. It's not the bite that spreads the illness. As the kissing bug feeds, the blood goes through its guts and comes out the other end, and in its poo is a single-celled parasite. As you itch the bite, you actually work the parasite into the injury caused by the bite, and that's the way it gets into your bloodstream and into the rest of your body.
Chagas disease attacks the nervous system. It can stop signals getting to your guts to tell it to process food, which then backs up and you die from blood poisoning. Or it confuses signals to your heart, which can stop it beating.
Around 20 million people are infected with Chagas disease. Up to 25% of the population of Latin America are at risk. And it isn't just a problem in Mexico and further south. Up to 100,000 cases have occurred from Dallas to Detroit. And the irony is, although it's a real killer, very few people have heard of it. This one's had its mouth parts in this mammal for plenty long enough, so I think I'm going to release it back into the wild. There.
Because these kissing killers are more active after dark, word from the locals is to cover up if you're camping and even use a mosquito net indoors at night. And since you won't feel them bite, don't forget insect repellent before you go to bed. The locals tell me that there's a bug living around here that burrows into your brain, which may sound pretty gross, but before passing judgment, I'm going to hunt one down for myself and put the theory to the test, which I think is a good idea. Aha!
Right, come here. There.
This is proving to be more difficult than I thought. There we go. Look at that. There is an earwig. They're beautiful little creatures. They like to eat rotting garden matter and vegetation, and they love living in the shade. You can see at the back of the abdomen there are two horny, forceps-like pincers. But what I'm interested in is the name, because earwig in Anglo-Saxon is an ancient name for ear animal. And the reason why they're called ear animal was because it used to be thought in olden days, come here you, that these creatures would burrow into the ear and lay eggs in your brain. Now, I'm not really looking forward to this part, I've got to say, but let's see whether there's any truth in this. One earwig, one ear. Right, it's down. I can feel it wriggling around the outside of my ear. Ooh, that's tickling. I'll see if I can take the tube away and see if the earwig will stay there. I can feel it tickling my ear. In fact, I can see it reflected in the lens of the camera as well. But it's not going inside. It's there, isn't it? Oh, it's actually escaping. That is a bizarre feeling. It's very funny. But I think it's coming out of my ear. Ah. In fact, because of the very structure of the ear, they can't get to the brain. They'd have to get through a membrane. So sadly, it's not really an ear-dwelling creature at all. It vastly prefers a shady garden wall, and that's exactly where I'm going to pop this creature. Mexico is a country that's playing catch-up with its American neighbour, and a deadly combination of cars and altitude is causing havoc for the residents here. Because Mexico City houses nearly 21 million people, it means that 3 million cars take to the road every day. We're at about 7,000 feet here, or 2,200 metres. That means that there's 25% less oxygen to breathe. It's not just the likes of you and me who are going to get short of breath. Cars need oxygen too. And with 25% less, they don't burn their fuel efficiency. And this causes massive pollution problems. I have to say, I wasn't sure about coming to Mexico City. This once sleepy city is rapidly expanding, and the urban sprawl is displacing the native animals of this land. But there's still plenty of wildlife left to worry about, right here in the park. Get the gear! Get the gear! Quickly! There! Get the... Ow! Where is it? There, we went past this place earlier. Wait a sec. Right. Come on, Mike.
I can't see it.
Mike. Oh, man! This little... It's so strong! This lizard is a handful. This is a beaded lizard, and the reason Why I'm being very careful is it can pack quite a punch.